In this episode, we decided to take a little side trip to visit our boat buddies in Lagos, Portugal. It was cold and rainy in Ireland, and they promised us some warm weather and sunshine. Our flight took us from Belfast to Amsterdam, then to Lisbon, where we caught a train down to Lagos. That's where we are now.
We're in Tunis, Portugal.
This cute little train station is halfway from where we started. And where did we start? Lisbon, and we're on our way to Lagos. Just another step in the journey. So we made it to Lagos, and we're at these beautiful natural bridges. There they are.
The grottos in Lagos.
And we were walking through
Lagos.
with our feet in the sand for the first time in
Forever.
for a really long time, but we're really enjoying it, and it's absolutely gorgeous here.
Yeah, you go down over here and jump down there.
Jump down there? What?
Jump, so there's steps on your left, the walkways on
Oh,
your
that
left.
is so cool. Look, goes all the way down.
There's caves and shit.
Yeah. Jump in the water.
Can you go in that cave?
Sure you can.
Yeah.
It looks very nice. It's very flavor has mint, strawberries, oranges. What do you see? Oh, apple. Thank you, dear. No, we're good. All good. I like the way you build it. Yeah, just the stuff, very nice. Please.
All right, Marianne, so tell us, what are we doing this morning?
We are taking our coffee drinks.
Yay, coffee drinks!
And chocolate hunting.
Yay!
Very exciting. With our matching hats, Marjorie.
Yep.
Are we cute?
We're adorable.
We are pretty
I
cute.
believe we think so.
We know so.
They're matching. One looks taller than the other.
So, what are we looking at here?
At McDonald's.
No, not McDonald's. I want to know what's on the other side of the street.
Pie.
Pie? What
Pie.
kind of pie? Apple pie?
Pie.
Take a look. There it is. There really is pie in the street. In what town are we in again? Faro. Let's see. Yep, just like I memorized. And it keeps going, and going, and going, and going. All the way to the end of the street. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, we're setting up our sunset view chairs with our picnic. Marianne is very excited. I am. And here is the pool. But I don't think the water is really swimming temperature. Let me stick a toe in and find out. Oh, heck no, no, no. No, that's not swimming temperature. But fortunately...
Is it not heated?
No, it's not heated. We're going to have a spectacular sunset tonight.
Allison, you see the salt ponds and the big thing of salt that they've...
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. Where they pump the water in, let it evaporate out,
So that's the evaporated salt
scrape it off.
from the salt ponds. Very cool.
Oh, look at the people out there. There's people out there working.
And they make great reflective pools for the sunset.
So today's excursion, we are in, what's the name of the
Algarve?
town? No. Tavira. Tavira. We're in Tavira, which is known as the Venice of the Algarve, which is the section of Portugal that we are in right now. So we're going to go see, we don't know.
We have no idea because of the coronavirus. There's going to be nobody here and everything's going to be shut down, but we are going to walk around and enjoy the views anyway. And not touch anything and wash our hands frequently.
Right.
Found our picnic spot.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because we get there and we were like 10 minutes early because we read the very time at 12:15, but we were reading when it left here. So then we're like, after sitting there for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we're like, oh my gosh, it doesn't go to 12:40. We got time to go back to the car, run to the grocery store. So Allison decided to go into this little place and grab a sandwich, thinking that'd be the quickest thing. And so we all arrive at 12:41 probably. The ferry is taking off. So we're like, he sees us, he's reties back off, and then he gets back.
They already untied the back
Yeah.
of the stern, and
So then he ties back off, and we're like, well, we're still waiting on one more, and he's blowing the horn, still nothing, because he's like expecting you to be those people that are walking. We're like, well, just go on. And so then they started untying it again, and then you walk.
I didn't even hear the horn blowing.
She won't know what that means.
Yeah. And so then we're like, Allison, run! And so she's like flying in the air, her
Pants falling down.
Oh my god! And then she gets there, and then we're jumping on the ferry. Did you hear the people behind me? They're like, wait, because the little string was on. And I'm like, well, it's okay. We undo the string, and then we got on. It was pretty funny. So, but we made it. We're here.
So what do these sandwiches look like that took 20 minutes or
20
30 minutes?
sandwiches.
30 minutes probably.
There's bread.
Red sandwiches.
Meat between bread. That's what they look like.
Toasted meat between bread, mister.
Meat between toast.
And a soggy napkin. And one of them has butter on it and one of them doesn't because I was telling them, quick, no, don't mind the butter, don't mind the butter. Just cut it in half. Yeah, there.
All right.
Cheers! Found our Airbnb in São Bartholomew and were greeted by our very gracious hosts. They had an amazing garden with fresh fruit for us to enjoy. It was warm and cozy and even had a rooftop patio for our happy hour. So tell us, Daniel, where we are this morning.
I have no idea. None. Where are we?
Praia Verde.
Praia
Verde.
We're in Praia Verde.
Green Beach.
Green Beach.
We're trying to figure out why it's called Green Beach.
Near the town of, we're staying in São Bartholomew.
São Bartholomew.
We're right near the coast of Spain, right near the border of Spain.
Yes.
Oh.
We could probably, well, maybe
We've
not.
gone as far east as we can go and still be in Portugal, pretty
And
much.
there's kind of a greenish tint to the water.
Pedro thinks that's the
The inlet to the river, that's the border of
separates Spain from
Spain.
Oh, really?
But we can't go to Spain because of the quarantine.
We can't go to Spain because of the virus, but Spain begins at that tip of that point over there, right?
Yeah.
So we're very close to Spain, and the beaches are deserted, but it is a little chilly this morning. And we're wondering about the Green Beach thing. We think there's a line of seaweed, a seaweed that we've seen washed up on the beach that tints the water green a little ways out. Gives it a greenish hue. So it's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous beach. Took us about 30 minutes to walk here, so now we have a 30-minute walk back to get our breakfast and start our day and some more exploring. Woohoo! I'm making crepes. Okay, here's our little breakfast after our walk. We've got our crepes with Nutella and bananas and our papaya.
Pulled off the tree last
from
night.
the tree last night. Beautiful. Oh, and of course,
Mimosas.
Very color coordinated.
Okay, here is where they make the wine. Okay, and I told you that one of the big difference between the red wine and the rosé and the white is the fermentation. The red one have 2 fermentation, and the rosé and the white only have 1.
Okay.
Portugal. knew when we got down to this part, we wouldn't need our jackets much.
I'll need it. It's chilly. Are you coming down?
There's an escalator.
We found them.
Search of grottos.
Go ahead. Tell them our
Okay, so
situation.
we're just boarded the bus in Lagos to go to Lisbon. It's a nice express bus.
Comfy.
4-hour drive, approximately 4-hour drive to get to Lisbon, and then we'll get a bed and breakfast and visit Lisbon tomorrow because we our flight leaves on Friday, hopefully.
Yes, our first flight got canceled, so we cannot fly through Amsterdam to get back to our boat in Ireland at this point.
So we rescheduled, made a new flight to get to London, and hopefully that'll get us directly into the UK, and we'll be able to get back to the boat from then.
So things are changing on a hourly basis almost. We never really kind of know what's going on, so we just watch the news and read and try to keep up best we can.
And as of 5 minutes ago, our flight is still on time.
Yay.
So here we are in Lisbon, stuck in the middle of the coronavirus. Not quite sure what's going on out in the real world. We're gonna try and go do some exploring, even though they've kind of shut down everything. So we're gonna try and walk down to the waterfront, maybe look at the outside of a palace.
Yeah, I mean, we can walk around and not really have contact with anybody, so we figure that's pretty safe. And of course, our biggest concern is our flight tomorrow that goes through London, and with all the news about the UK shutting down their flights and their transportation, that's worrisome. But thank goodness the OCC group that we are members of came through again, and we have very generous and kind offers that if we do get stuck in London, they're like, don't worry, we'll come pick you up. So it's a relief to know that we're not going to be stranded in a city.
It's nice having friends.
In another country with no way home. So we're going to just try to enjoy today and go see some sights. And Lisbon is supposedly a beautiful and historic city, so maybe we can at least look at the outside of some things. And it's going to be a several mile walk down to the waterfront, but hey, it's better than just sitting here.
At least until we get arrested and have to spend a night in jail. I don't know.
I don't think they'll arrest us, will
Walk
they?
us back to our apartment at gunpoint. I don't know. This is nuts.
Yeah, always an adventure.
So we're out and about downtown Lisbon. Going to see the sights. So far, things don't look too shut down.
Still things open.
Things open. The package deliveries are going out. See what it's
Trains
like.
going by.
Trains going, yeah. So it's a good sign that there's still transportation.
There's still people walking around, cars moving.
So as long as they don't shut down Uber and the airport, we should be fine.
It'd be awesome.
Things are already a little bit strange here. It feels a lot like being in a war zone. We're kind of creeping around. There's not a whole lot of people on the streets. The people you do see, they all look at you like you're, you know, suspicious. They don't want to, there's no contact, no smiles. Everybody's just trying to get by, I guess. Being foreigners, we were looked at a little bit warily. You can see people actually back up away from you on the sidewalk when you go walking past them. So,
Which you can't blame them. You know, we probably should be sitting in our hotel, quarantining ourselves. But at this point, with all the traveling that we've done,
yeah, but they aren't either. So
we're not having contact with anybody. We're not touching anything. As far as we know, we're not sick.
businesses are closed. So it's just really kind of eerie.
Yeah, definitely the analogy of in a war zone is kind of the best way to explain how we feel. We're on edge. We're always worried that we're going to do something wrong, or we're going to run into the, bad situations, or get trapped somewhere, or get arrested. It's just a very unsettling feeling.
Yeah, and like I said, there's nobody kind of jovially talking on the streets, and it's
kind of surreal, really.
Yeah, it's different. It's the foundation. I was doing the.
So we're thinking this is a museum, but we're not really sure. All we know is it looks like an old castle, and it's very closed. Some really neat exterior walls. Oh, wait a minute.
Center for the Arts.
Precursor of Portuguese modernism, and all kinds of famous artists, and their paintings are shown here.
But that's this building, not the castle. Pretty cool. Right in the middle of nowhere, Lisbon. There's a castle. Hey, so we made it to the river.
It's about a 2-mile walk maybe to get here.
Just about 2 miles. I don't know how many kilometers that is.
We found the Golden Gate Bridge of where are we? Lisbon. That's the running joke of the day. I never know where we are. So when you hear me say anything and I start to talk about it, I'm going to turn to Dan and go, where are we? So we checked out of our B&B a night early and bit the second night at the B&B in Lisbon and decided to go to the airport and sit there and wait until you get on a flight to Ireland, because as of Monday at 12 p.m. they are not allowing any citizens, U.S. citizens, back into the country of Ireland. So we Ubered to the airport thinking we'd actually go to the counter and buy our tickets to make sure the flight was still running and we could get to Ireland. But when we got to the airport, they shut down all the terminals. There's this long line of people, and they're putting...
Terminal 2. You can't get to Terminal 2.
You can't get to the terminal anyway. There's this line of people, and they're putting them on buses according to where they're flying to. And you can't get on the bus without your airline ticket, which we didn't have. So we just quickly booked a flight, praying that when we get there and in the terminal that we can get on the flight and get back to Ireland. So right now it's kind of, yeah, mass chaos. The people in the lines, and
Seriously, this is almost as long as the line at the supermarket. Almost. Almost.
always an adventure. Bye, Portugal.
I'm bumping away.
We love you, but we're very happy to be leaving.
We made it off the ground.
It's midnight, and we thought the trains went till 1 o'clock, but they didn't. So we kind of got stuck on the streets with nowhere to go, no way to get home to our boat. So we're at a Holiday Inn. They let us in. We pounded on the door. We said, "We're gonna sleep on the street if you don't let us in." They let us in. So yeah, we didn't make it to our boat on this day, but
You know what? We're in the UK.
we are, and we will get there tomorrow, I hope. Yay, so we survived yesterday. We're on our way home.
Yeah.
Look,
Last step of the journey.
here comes our train. Very, very slowly. And there's his partner. They're coming in together. How sweet. We made it. We're back at our boat. Got in the marina gates okay and ready to quarantine.